Hi guys, in today's video I'm gonna compare 123Loadboard with the DAT ONE Loadboard. Recently I've made two videos, one about 123Loadboard and the other one about DAT Power Loadboard. And today I will compare DAT ONE and 123Loadboard. The previous videos were more like an overview of the features. I didn't go into detail of any of the features of both loadboards. Today I will actually make a deeper dive in some of the features of both of the load boards. So I would like to also apologize for the quality of the sound because it's because of my microphone I'm using currently. I'm waiting for a new one, and in the future videos the sound should be much better. So let's get started. This is the thing what you see on the screen. This is a dashboard of the DAT ONE load board, and right now you see 123Loadboard dashboard. As you can see that there is much more information on 123Loadboard dashboard, but let's start with the DAT ONE. Here you can see what's new. You can see that there is an app, help center, and national loads count on the right side, inbound to outbound ratio per each state per equipment type. You can change the equipment type, you can change it to flatbeds and vans. For example, you can delete the vans if you want. You can keep it right now as it is. Here you have two buttons, most important buttons for the carrier, add track and search loads. And I will show you how it looks, this dashboard looks in the DAT Power, which actually I'm using more. This is the DAT Power. Also post track and search loads. You also have search tracks if you need it. But let's go to the DAT ONE. Okay, and this is the view. You can search loads here, or you can search loads as well here. You can delete. Actually, you cannot delete new search. If you have a new search already here, you can delete it. But let's go to the 123Loadboard. This is how it looks. You also have the possibility on the dashboard to search loads immediately when you enter 123Loadboard. You have search alerts, track alerts, messages, posted tracks. You have working loads, recent searches, video about finding and booking the best loads from the co-founder, I suppose, newsfeed, much more information basically. And here you have some analytics tools about your business operation. Okay, you have inbox, messages, and bits. Here on the 123Loadboard, you can actually bid for loads. I think this is the main difference between DAT, because on DAT you actually, if you have the possibility to book, it usually prompts you to a website, for example, like JB Hunt posts on DAT, then you have the button book on the right side next to the rate, and then it prompts you to the JB Hunt website. Okay, so let's stick to the screen, search load screen. Here you specify the origin, Lewiston, Maine, destination. You can leave it blank. Here you have that head origin. I covered it in the previous video, but it's pretty straightforward. You will get the loads within the 150 miles in this case from Lewiston, Maine. You can have it lower and higher, whatever you want. You might want only from Lewiston, Maine. Equipment type here, flatbeds, for example, date range, I will choose tomorrow. And search back here, load requirements. So basically you can specify if you want a full or partial load or more specs of your equipment, and search. Also, I would like to mention that you can add another search here. For example, I will choose this one, recent search, and you can turn the notification. So basically, if something pops up, you will get notified here. Disable alarms. All right, so let's go with that one. Those are the results at this moment. You can sort them by age, by rate, by trip length. That head origin is here. Pickup date, equipment, van or reefer, more information about the load, company, which is posting this load, credit score of that company, and average days to pay. This is basically it. You can also sort by actually different, not only by those things you see here, you can also sort here, for example, by rate per mile, not by rate per mile. If you sort here, it will be by rate sorted. You can do it by rate per mile. Here you specify search box and so on. If you pick the destination, you can get average lane rate. But if you press, for example, on that listing, this is basic Kansas to Los Angeles market, you can see the average spot rate from the past 15 days. As you can see, this listing is over the average for the past 15 days. That's good, but you can negotiate it even up, even higher. So this is the information about the company, the MC number, the broker company, or the shipping company. Credit score, days to pay. Here you have mm, the rating of the company and the reviews, 322 reviews. If the company has 2 or 3 stars, it doesn't mean that it will not pay you. So just to keep it in mind, like I will not go into detail into it, but just keep it in mind. Here you have, if you can factor with this part, you can factor the loads of this company and so on. If you want to get more information about the company, you can actually you can view in directory the company. And this is the view of directory. In the previous videos, I told you that I didn't go over the directory, but I told you that you can get information about the companies using the Loadboard. And here we see the information about the broker. Actually, if you see the broker and you're unsure if it's a reliable broker and you are not sure about their credit score and the average days to pay, I would advise to actually look them up in directory. Actually, always you should always do it before I think before even calling them, to not waste your time. Okay, so or during calling them, it will be the best option. Here, this is the thing you should actually look at the most. Credit score and average days to pay. If you see, for example, that this particular company had, for example, credit score 98 and it's consistently going down, and at the same time, average days to pay are going up, increasing, then it should be a red flag for you that it's actually the probability is pretty high that they might have some solvency issues and they might not be able to pay you on time or at all. You see their bond here, $75,000. If they don't pay, you can file on the bond and more information. But actually, this is in the case of actually booking a load, this is a thing which you should be concerned the most with. This graph, pretty straightforward. All right, so this is about it. Let's jump to the 123Loadboard right now and their search loads. You can press the button Find Loads here. You can specify pickup, for example, zip code, city, and the radius. You can specify a drop-off, or you can leave it blank. And here you have the trip length. You can specify if you want a long trip, medium, or short. Yeah, that's like additional feature compared to the DAT ONE. Is it useful? I don't know. You can filter it in DAT ONE anyway, the length of the load. So yeah, they made like 3 categories here. I don't know. Your load size and the specs of your equipment. You can exclude the loads without weight. And you can press search. You have recent searches here, you can clear them, remove all, you have saved searches, and so on. I think it looks pretty similar. Age on the left side of the listing, older than 8 hours, probably not available anymore, but who knows, you can call, but probably not. Pickup date, new from where, pickup location, and how far it is. as you can see here, from your origin, specified origin, drop-off location in Vermont, the trip, the rate, not specified equipment type, more information about the load, and the company which made this posting. You can press on it. Let's press on a different one with rate. And you have a cool map here. Yeah. Load status, loaded documents, profit calculator. You can calculate your profits here. For example, I mean, if you want to use it, you can use it, but usually you already know what is your cost per mile, and on certain depends on the what state you drive through and where you're driving. You should know, well, should already have it in mind what is your cost per mile, and don't rely on those calculators. But if you don't know, then you can use them, but always put additional costs here, remember, because not only rely on the dispatch fee plus the fuel. Rate check, average rate, also similar feature to the one in the DAT one, but you have a nice graph here. It's cool. Average, low, and high. Is this rate accurate? You can rate it, so it will help probably the algorithm, or I don't know how they do it, the analytics tools, to be more accurate in the future if you see that this rate is not accurate at all. Backhauls, possible loads. Yes, this one, those numbers you see there, they might not be accurate, so just I wouldn't take them into account at all, honestly. Company, more information about the company here, factorable, TAI member, and so on, MCDOT website. Credit score 77 days to pay, on average 50 days. Company loads and toll costs on the route. And as I said, nice map. I like maps, so yeah, this is what I like. Control and scroll on your mouse or plus on your keyboard in order to move and to zoom in. And you have some additional information, downloads, state mileage reports for IFTA. Might be useful, but probably not. What can I tell you? You do it a different way, I guess. You have different ways of sorting the listings here. You have a different view. As you can see, I mean, I don't like this one. Yeah, and that's it. The other view, I will show you card view. Maybe like this view as well. I don't know. I just like the classic list view. And this is the find loads option. So yeah, and this is how it is. You can in the 81 I didn't tell you, it includes similar results as well. All right. So let's go to add track. Here you can basically add a track. You decide whether you want a full load or partial load, equipment type, location, availability for pickup, minimum rate. You can specify comments, reference ID, contact. And this is what it is. You have your loads. You can search trucks here if you want. If you are a carrier, you maybe want to check how many trucks are there on the road. You have my trucks and so on. And you have the tools here. Quick rate lookup. For example, Kansas City, Missouri to Jacksonville, Florida. Equipment type, reefer, and you can get a quick rate lookup. 15 days average, $3.63 per mile. Spot rate $4,171 and the range. So you know what you can expect from the load from Kansas City, Missouri to Jacksonville, Florida. Help Center DAT directory. So we've been to DAT directory already. where we saw the graph with the credit score and the average days to pay of the broker. You can report bad behavior. You can view market conditions, trend lines, line makers, rate view, and so on. Here you have additional services, collections, insurance, factoring. You have road services, you have fuel optimization. So basically, I guess that they offer also a fuel card. You have some, you can find truck services. Overall, I think DAT, as far as I remember, or that was DAT, I guess. They had assistance. The possibility to actually check for assistance on the website on the DAT Power, as far as I remember. It's probably also here. You will not go over this in this video because I don't think it's super relevant. Let's check market conditions. DATIQ will open and you will see market conditions. Yeah, you can specify the equipment type, the time frame, and the area, and whether you would like to see the inbound or outbound freight. Yes. Loads to truck ratio for reefers, outbound, for example. As you can see, the more red the color, the better for you to be there with the reefer. The more loads you will have, the less competition you will have, and basically the more your negotiating power is here. And the higher most probably the rates will be. The more blue the colors, the worse for you. And here you can, for example, compare inbound to outbound on the same markets in the same time frame, or you can compare different equipment types, or you can compare whatever you want to compare. I think this is good for comparison, or if you have, I don't know, you want to have it on you like in front of your eyes. If you call somebody and you, for example, you have 2 trucks or 3 trucks or more, you have reefers and vans, and you call, he tells it, or for example, broker called you that he has load there because you posted your truck, and you see what the market is there at the current day, for example. Yeah, I think it's pretty useful. Good tool. You can actually check on your own, like create your own way to use it, basically, like your own approach towards it, and draw predictions, for example, based on the data you have here. All right, so that's about it with the market conditions of the DAT one. So let's go back to the 123Loadboard. Load availability. This is basically the same thing as in the DAT1 dashboard here. This is, yeah, outbound and inbound comparison per each state. You have the map here as well, density. This is how it looks. You can actually specify some regions, trailer type, for example, for flatbed, apply, and you can hover over each state to see the ratio, outbound to inbound freight and intrastate currently available. A load planner, I covered it in the 123Loadboard video. I think it's not worth using, in my opinion. In most cases, I will not cover it today. My loads, if you have some loads currently, you have it here, or completed loads companies. You can post truck here. Real-time truck post is available via app, and scheduled truck post is available here. You can create a new post here. This is how it looks, pretty straightforward. Yeah, you can post anonymously as well. These are rate per mile. In DAT one, you could specify desired rate as well. Profit calculator. Again, as I said, actually you probably know already what are your costs and how much you're gonna earn on certain loads. You should, I guess, if you want to make money, you should. Mileage calculator. You can calculate it here, mileage, for example, Manhattan to Sheridan, zip code, and you have the miles and miles per each state. And the map, the best thing here. Documents, factoring here. All right, here you have the fuel card and roadside assistance, tracking authority support. Here you have resources, fuel prices, view fuel prices. It will forward you to EIA website. Actually, from EIA website, you can even download the data, the weekly. I think they have weekly updates, data updates, and you can download it and have it in Excel. I mean, if you want to make some project about it or like try to fit some data science model on it, machine learning model to predict the prices, you can do it absolutely with the data that you have there. Okay, CSA and basically additional resources. Search directory. This is like a DAT directory, basically. You can search a company, let's say logistics, search. Okay, company type, brokers, state, province. Okay, you have to specify a lot of things now that it will display. I don't know where are they registered, so yeah. Ohio, okay. Or maybe they're not even on this load board. Yeah, they are. Okay. And this is what you see here. This is the how the DAT directory, I mean, this is how the 123 Loadboard directory looks. DAT1 directory looked much better, I guess. But here you also have some information in insurance and so on. The bond, yeah. And that's basically it. All right, so let's sum up. We just compared the two load boards, the 81 load board and the 123 load board. The 123 load board, in my opinion, has two main advantages. Firstly, it has a cool layout, in my opinion, especially the view of the listing, load listing. When you press on the load, you see the map and you see like load status and so on. In my opinion, it looks nice. And secondly, you can bid on the loads. Like on CH Robinson, for example, you can make an offer, you can bid the load when there is a rate specified. And that's about the 123 load board and DAT load board. DAT load board has the most loads. That's the main advantage, and that's why most of the people use it. But it's also about the design. I think the DAT has more accessible design. The design is very, in my opinion, is very well made and accessible. And also the analytics tools are useful. The MCI index with the map of the key market areas, it can be useful for you if you like to rely on the analytics to make more informed decisions about the load. If you want to make as much money as possible, this is the way to go, I think. So that's about it. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any questions related to the topic of this video or to anything else, please let me know. If you would like to hear some more explanations about any of the features of both of any of those two load boards, please also let me know in the comments. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video and see you soon. Bye bye.